I was told to keep the mic close to my mouth. But for everybody who doesn't know me, my name is Ryan, and Nate is my best friend. I've actually known him now over 15 years, and we met the first semester of the first year at Stanford. And I don't know if he'll admit this, but Nate actually didn't like me when we first met. He was fresh from Washington, D.C., he had short hair, he was a punk, and he argued very, very strongly in discussions. And I was very emo, and I argued back at him about if his opinions were properly feminist or not. And it wasn't until we actually took more classes together. We took an econ class where Nate would copy my problem set answers. And we took an anarchist East Asian history course. And that was kind of how we came to become closer. And our friendship was solidified after living in Japan together, riding our bikes around, eating gyoza until our stomachs hurt, sitting by the river, watching fireworks, and sweating our ass off through a rainy season. And on a day like today, feeling a bit dewy, this is a good flashback to those happy, sweaty memories. So if you know Nate, and you guys do, you know that Nate Shockey has always been uncompromisingly certain about what Nate Shockey is about. And so this applies to every aspect of Nate's life. Which burrito spot has the correct bean to rice ratio? Which track on which Springsteen album would make the best karaoke song? Which girl in our senior dorm hallway had the cutest style? Winning an argument with my friend Nate isn't really about winning it, it's just getting him to concede that you might have a good point. And this is actually something I love about Nate. It's elevated my taste level, it's elevated my life. Knowing him has made my life a much more interesting and beautiful thing. When I was in my late 20s, another friend of ours told me that basically as you get older, your web of friends gets so big and your life gets so complicated, there actually isn't one person who knows everything about you anymore. But I'm actually a really lucky guy. Nate Shockey is the person who knows everything about me. Nate's the guy who I've eaten donuts with drunk at 3 in the morning and then got in a sauna with butt naked. He's the friend I've driven home after we moshed together and a punk broke his glasses by kicking him in the face. He's the person I've been mugged in Osaka with. And most recently for our hangout, I rode a rowboat with him around a park while he looked at flowers. I feel centered as a person knowing I have Nate in my life and my corner. And so at some point in those fun years after college, basically our friends were starting to worry about Nate. He basically would only date girls who either moved away, lived in a different city, lived in a different continent. And we sort of wondered, like, how is he gonna find somebody who was as cool as him? He was spending all this time focusing on his studies and figuring out where his life would take him. And I worried about who that person would be. And I actually remember when he started online workshopping which photo to use for his OkCupid profile. And then basically all of a sudden I heard about this girl named Felicia. And Nate was very excited about her. In his first email, which I pulled up this morning, he said, "Looks like I have a date this coming Friday with a lingerie designer named Felicia who is into Wong Kar-wai and Curtis Mayfield. Hashtag just saying." So I don't know if Nate even realized what was happening to him, but I kept seeing more mentions of this Fifi. Emails were started being sent from her place on the weekends. I heard about them attending films together that I wish I could go see, cooking incredible meals. I was basically getting to watch Nate enjoy the life he'd built for himself, but now with someone just as passionate, funny, and curious as he was, joining him on that journey. They're perfect together. And the first time I met Felicia, we actually went out and we ate a delicious dinner at a hipster new American restaurant in Manhattan, which is, yeah, makes sense, right? And I actually saw them arguing at the dinner. I know. And the big argument they were having was, should they order me 1 or 2 Scotch eggs, and which of them was going to treat me to the dinner? Felicia centers Nate, and she sweetens him in this natural and wonderful way. The two of them, they have these cosmopolitan tastes, careers, an incredible global circle of friends and family. But when I see you guys together, I see two people who are very much in love and who are very much at home together. So I talked a little too long, but basically I want to end shortly, and I want to say my wife and I were actually expecting our first child. And with everything that's happening in the world, it's a bit scary and a bit crazy, but I do feel very optimistic for the life our kid will have. And more than anything, that's because I know they will have the love and presence of Aunt Felicia and Uncle Nate in their life. So I'm very excited about the life you guys are building together, so please join me in congratulating Fifi and Nate. We love you guys.